Okay, good morning, guys. So yesterday we talked about cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. So we're going to look at some items that you might find around your house, and I encourage you to do this too. This little yogurt cup, what do y'all think?
It's a cup.
It's actually half a cup. This is 4 ounces. So it would take 2 of these little yogurts to equal a cup. Okay, this morning we were looking at our milk cartons in class that they were drinking out of, and that said at the bottom, if you look right here at the bottom, it will tell you the ounces. Okay, on the milk it was how many ounces? Half a pint, it told us, but half a pint is 1 cup. Okay, so 1 cup is your milk carton. Okay, that's 8 ounces. That's important to remember too. So the next biggest thing we talked about was a pint. This is coffee creamer that I keep here. So this is a pint. So you can see down at the bottom, it says, sorry, this is opposite of 16 fluid ounces, 1 pint. Okay. Trying to turn it the opposite way of what it shows on the screen because it's flipped. Okay, so 1 pint is about a coffee creamer container. Okay. The next biggest one was a quart. Okay, so it would take 2 of these to make 1 quart, right? Because there's 2 pints in a quart. Okay. The next one is a gallon that we talked about. So this is a gallon. We showed y'all that yesterday. So gallon. You can see it always tells you the measurement at the bottom. This is in liters. Okay, so what you will notice is it has ounces, and then it also will have sometimes liters or milliliters. So here's what you might see, a water bottle. Okay, you see how it says 16.9 fluid ounces, OZ? Can y'all see that? Okay, so you'll see the customary, which is what we went over, which is ounces, pints, quarts, and then you'll also see milliliters or liters. Everybody see right here where it says ML? That stands for milliliters. That's what we're going to go over today, because we have 2 systems for measuring liquid. So we have our customary and metric. So today we're going to go over metric. Thank you. Okay, so on page 596, the very top, in your volume 2 workbook, we see 3 different containers. Right here is a medicine dropper. Have y'all seen one of those before?
Yes.
Like where your mom will squeeze it and it sucks up the liquid for medicine. Okay, one of those little droppers is measured in milliliters. Okay, so it's very, very small. Then you go to a cup of juice. So about 250 milliliters is a cup of juice. This bottle was how much? This bottle was 500 milliliters, okay? 500 milliliters for just a regular bottle of water, okay? A sports bottle will hold 1 liter, okay? So 1 liter is like 2 of these, okay? 2 of these, because it's 1,000 milliliters. 500 plus 500 equals what? 1,000. Okay, so imagine a glass of water is about 250 milliliters. 1 liter, which is the big L, is about a water jug that you would take to practice or something. Okay, or two of these water bottles. Okay. So this is what we're going to go over today. Milliliter and liter. That's it. That's all you have to remember for the metric system. For our system, the customary, we had to remember 4 things, actually 5. Ounces, cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. Okay? So let's look at number 1. It's a spoon. So what capacity do you think this spoon would hold? Milliliter or liter? Remember, a liter is 2 of these. So can I fit 2 of these in a spoon? No, it's a very small amount. So which one would I use? Milliliter. Okay, so you can write out the word milliliter, or you can put the abbreviation, which is little m and a capital L. Okay, the next one is a soda bottle. What do y'all think? Liter or milliliter? Remember, a liter would be 2 of these. So do you think a soda bottle can hold 2 of these? Yes. Actually, when you go to the store, I think on the bottom it'll say liters. Okay? So you would use liters to measure that. Okay? A teapot or a tea kettle. Liter, Kaylee says. Y'all agree with her?
Yes.
Yes, good. Now the abbreviation for liter is a capital L. Okay, a pot? Liter. A cup of coffee? Milliliter. It would take a lot of milliliters, but still, it would be, you wouldn't want to use liters, okay? Because the glass of juice, remember, holds 250 milliliters. That's smaller than a liter. Okay, a fish tank. Liter, good. Okay, now 7, 8, and 9, it says Ginger pours Pint into 3 1-liter bottles. Choose the metric unit to measure the liquid volume in each bottle. What does volume mean? What do y'all think that means? Bryson?
The volume is
How much what? Not how much it weighs, because I can't really weigh a liquid. How much water a container can hold. Good. Or how much liquid. Okay. That's important because you might get a question that says which measurement can measure liquid, and you don't want to pick tons or pounds. You want to pick liters, milliliters, cups, pints, quarts, because that's for volume, okay? Okay, so what do you think you would use here? Milliliters or liters for this amount? Milliliters. Okay, this one? If it's all the way full, that's probably getting close to what? A liter. The last one? Milliliter. Okay, so now we are flipping to page 598. 598. Number 14. I want you to try that one on your own. So read it and answer number 14, and we'll go over it together. So number 14 says, for which container would you use milliliters to measure the amount of liquid? So remember, a milliliter is that tiny little medicine dropper. So which one? D. Good. This is called a tablespoon. Okay. Number 15, which container has the greatest liquid volume? So there's those words again. You need to know that when they say volume, it has to do with liquid. How much a container can hold of liquid. So juice. What else is liquid? Bryson? Water. Coke. Soda. Apple juice. Tea, milk. So that's, we would measure all of those liquids using volume, okay? So which container has the greatest volume when filled? A pitcher, which is like a pitcher of juice, or whatever you like. Over here, this is a pitcher to pour out of, okay? A mug.
No.
So like a coffee mug. A bucket,
Yeah.
or a bottle cap?
No.
C, a bucket. Good. Okay, number 16. If the liquid in 2 of the bottles are poured into another container, which 2 will have the least combined liquid volume? Which 2 would have the least? 2, Allie, do you think would have the least combined volume?
So number B, it's not the answer because A and B cannot hold any more.
Okay, good. So obviously we wouldn't combine A and B because that would give you the greatest liquid volume because these are the most full, right?
And I circled C and D because C has the lowest and D has the lowest.
Good. We would want to combine the 2 lowest ones, right? C and D are the lowest. So if I combine those 2, those are going to give me the least amount of liquid combined. Okay? Number 17. The bottles of tea are all liter bottles. So that's what a liter looks like. Okay? Which bottle has a liter of tea? They made that super easy on y'all. Which bottle has a liter? If this full bottle is a liter, which one has a liter of tea in it? Kelsey? M. It's the only one that's full. So C is correct. Okay, so now you've practiced using customary and metric volume. We're going to write a couple of things in our notebooks now. So get out your math notebook. And we're going to... Okay, so this is what we drew yesterday in our spirals. We have the big G stands for gallon. It has 4 quarts inside of it. The Q, or the quart, has 2 P's inside of it, and then it has 2 C's inside the pint, okay? One thing we needed to add to this was that a cup, which is the smallest one, 1 cup equals 8 ounces. OZ is the abbreviation for ounces. I usually just put a line through my Z's like that sometimes just because it helps you see that it's a Z and not a 2 sometimes. Okay? So 1 cup equals 8 ounces. 1 pint equals 2 cups. Okay, 1 quart equals how many cups? Can y'all see that? 1 quart equals how many cups? Bryson?
1 quart equals
4 cups. what's the next biggest size after quart? We have cup, pint, quart, and then gallon. So 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. Okay, now we're going to start on a clean page to draw some examples of these sizes to help us remember how much liquid they hold. I know you guys don't have very much room, so we're going to start on a new clean page. And we're going to title it Capacity. Again, okay? We've also said the word liquid volume. So how much a container can hold of liquid, okay? So today and yesterday we talked about several different units. Yesterday was the the customary. Yesterday was customary. So we're going to split our paper in half. Customary is on the left, and metric is on the right. Now we're just going to draw, as best we can, some examples that you would see in the real world. Okay, so let's start. Y'all want to start with the biggest or the smallest amount?
Smallest.
Okay, so the cup is the customary. That's what we use here. So a cup, or just put cup instead of the number. So a cup, what can we draw to represent a cup? What did we use this morning? Kelsey?
We could use a mug, like a coffee cup.
You could use a coffee cup, and then this morning, but what did you guys drink out of? The milk carton from the cafeteria. Okay, so how you can draw that is draw a triangle, rectangle, and then you're going to go like a diagonal rectangle. And then you're going to draw another diagonal line that kind of matches this one. Then you're going to connect it. I'm sure y'all are doing a great job. Aaliyah, don't get stressed out.
Yeah, this is really stressful. I didn't work.
Okay, and there's a little tab on the top. So you can label it if you have a hard time figuring out what you're drawing. Cafeteria milk carton is what you could label it. Okay.
You just put milk carton for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is it O-O-N or O-E?
Just O-N. Okay. And then y'all also said a coffee cup. That would be a good one to draw too.
Like a mug.
But it's a small coffee cup, not a big one. Okay, the next one was a pint. And I showed you an example of a pint. What was it that I showed you?
You showed us like
Bryson? The water bottle. the coffee creamer.
Yeah, coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee creamer was a pint.
State yogurt.
The water bottle was about a pint. So see how it says 1.05 pt? That means that 0.05, it's a little bit over a pint. But that is a good example. So you could put the water bottle. Okay, so you just kind of draw the start of a triangle and then come down like a rectangle. Okay, so water bottle and a coffee creamer. Do you want to look at it again so you can... So this one's kind of curvy. So kind of like a snowman, we have 1, 2, 3 curves for your coffee creamer. So there's 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we can label it. The next one is a quart. Now think of something that is a quart. Well, it would be 2 of these, 2 coffee creamers. What example did we use yesterday? Do y'all remember?
No.
Allie?
Those yogurts.
No, those were cups. Not the yogurts. What about the cardboard containers of juice?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's some milk containers. So you have the gallon on the left. In the middle is a quart, so that's what we can draw. It's the cardboard, tall, skinny one container of milk that you can get from the store, or orange juice. Okay. The last one, that's probably a quart also, but we don't use these type of glass bottles anymore. Okay. So we're going to draw a milk carton that looks like this. So just a bigger version of what you had this morning for breakfast. Okay, so for our quarts, we try the best we can to make the taller version. So start with a triangle. Come down and make a rectangle. Come out to the side a little bit with not a straight line, but a diagonal line. And then you just want to come up and match. See how this line is going sideways?
Yes.
You want to connect this and go the same sideways angle and then connect them. Okay. And then what could we draw for the gallon?
Soda.
No, that's liters. What did we just look at, Bryson?
Jug of water.
The big jug of water that I showed you guys, a jug of milk. When you need to paint a room, does it come in gallon cans?
Yes.
Yes, so a can of paint.
I'll do a bucket.
So to draw a bucket, we do an oval. Come down. And then make your bottom a little bit curved. just a little bit. And then you can draw a handle. Okay, so a gallon of paint, a gallon of milk. Okay, that's customary. That's normally what you're going to hear us use. Now the metric is what we just went over. There's only two. We had milliliters. So what can we draw from milliliters? Allie?
You could draw a bottle with some and another one with a lot.
How about a medicine dropper, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, and the liters. Do y'all know what comes in liters? Kelsey?
Like bottles of tea.
I looked at the bottles of soda, and if you look on the bottle, it will say 1.25 liters, so a little bit more than a liter. So not the big one you buy for your family is what we need to draw, but this little one that you would get out of a Coke machine. Okay? Whoops. Yeah, it kind of does look like the glass bottle one. So you can draw and label it, I don't know, you can label it Pepsi, Sprite. Okay, and you might also want to make a note that this is the small Coke machine bottle, not the big one, because the big one is 2 liters. So think Coke machine that you would put quarters in or $1 in and get out. Okay? Now they didn't go over this in your book, but they also have what's called a kiloliter. Kiloliter just means 1,000 liters. So a kiloliter is about the size or amount of 4 bathtubs. So think of putting 1,000 of these Coke bottles in a bathtub. Okay, that's a lot. It would take about 4 bathtubs.
4 bathtubs?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Too bad there's not such thing as a billion liters. I don't know. A billion liters? 4 bathtubs.
So the word kilo just means 1,000. So you're taking 1,000 liters. Okay, that's all we're doing for today. So once you have your 4 bathtubs drawn for kiloliters, that's all we're doing for our work today. No worksheet, no workbook page. So those of you at home, just make sure you get these examples written down in your notebook, because they will be very helpful to look back at when we do more practice with this. Okay?